You can find him in the desert, you can find him by the sea. He'll climb a rocky mountain, he will nap under a tree. If you come along with Pops, it's about discovery. So let's hit the trail to see what we will see.
Hey grandchildren, it's Pops, and we're still here at Priest Lake in the northern tip of Idaho, way up near the Canadian border. And today we're going to go kayaking on the lake because there is another lake known as Upper Priest Lake, and the only way to get there is by boat. And it's got a narrow channel that takes you up there that's about 3 miles long, and we're going to get started here in a minute, and we're going to go kayaking. First, let's talk a little bit about what we wear, okay? So we're safe. You can see I have a life jacket on. That's so if we fall in the water out of our kayak, we'll still float. We have to be safe. And I wear a whistle, and the reason we wear a whistle on a kayak or a paddleboard is so that other vessels, boats, know that we're there, and we can let them know we're there by whistling. So let's take a look at the kayak we're going to be in. This is 14 feet long. So this one has a rudder at the back, and we can turn it down into the water just by doing this. And these cables are attached to pedals by my feet, so I can actually steer with my feet on windy days to keep the kayak straight. And it has special elastic straps like these that hold our gear if we have to, but we can also put gear inside in these special hatches. This is called a dry bag, and it's full of our lunch today. And the reason we put it in here is that if it falls in the water, everything stays dry. That's why they call it a dry bag. So, all we have to do is put the hatch back on, just like that, and we can move forward. I do have a lot of water with me today because it's a hot day. And this is where I sit. And this seat is adjustable. That's make it perfect just for me. This is the paddle I'll be paddling with. And we'll talk about that when we get on the water. We do have more straps to hold our gear up front and another hatch to hold more gear as we go forward. So now it's time to get out on the water. So let's go see what kayaking is all about. Well, hey grandchildren, it's a beautiful day on Priest Lake, and we're going to turn around and start our paddle up the thoroughfare to Upper Priest Lake, where we hope to see animals along the way, and well, we'll probably stop and have our lunch too. So follow us as we head up to Upper Priest Lake, and let's see what we see. Off we go. You can see to make the kayak go forward, we just paddle with one side and then the other. Hey grandchildren, it's Pops, and we're at our sandy beach at Upper Priest Lake, where we found a wonderful place to sit and have lunch. It even has a picnic table. But I wanted to show you this tree behind us. It's very special. The roots are above the ground, and how do we think that happened? Well, it grew right on the edge of the lake, right in the sand, and then the sand washed away. The lake eroded the sand away over time, and so the roots are exposed. That's pretty special. Let's take a look. Hey grandchildren, it's Pops. We're at Upper Priest Lake still at our picnic spot, and it looks like you can camp overnight here because they have something very special here for the campers. It's called a bear box, and since we're in grizzly bear country, we have to hide our food from the bears when we're camping here next to the lake. And it's a special big box because humans can open it just by putting your hand up in there and pushing a lever. And then you can open it, and there you store your food. But the bears they can't open it because they don't have, human hands. So it keeps the food away from the bears, and it keeps you safe when you're camping, because that's really why the bears come around. They're looking for food. Well, hey grandchildren, it's Pops. We had a wonderful lunch at Upper Priest Lake at our wonderful campground, and now we're going back through the thoroughfare, and we're going to see what scenery we can find. So come along with us. Well, a very curious duck has come to join us while we are floating here in the thoroughfare. This is a female duck known as a hen. You can tell from her plain brown color. If it were a male known as a drake, he would have a very colorful head with lots of purple and green. That's how you can tell the difference. This fallen log has been in the water for so long, plants are growing right out of its top. Well, hey grandchildren, it's Pops. We finished our kayak trip to Upper Priest Lake, up the wonderful thoroughfare, and we had an awesome picnic. We learned about beach erosion and bear boxes, and we met a very curious duck. We'll see you next time on Pops on the Trail.